What is up, friends? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Evan and I'm an online reseller. If you're not new here, you've seen this view several times. You've also seen me at thrift stores and garage sales. You've even seen me at my storage unit showing you some of the stuff that I sold on eBay. But how about a new perspective? You see, it's come to my attention that I've never shown you this stuff. The behind the scenes, the systems, the processes, what it actually takes to be a reseller. So that's what we're doing today. I'm going to take you behind the scenes, show you how I do what I do. Hope you enjoy it. Real quick disclaimer though, this is not a how-to video. There's a million resellers out there, and while we're all kind of the same, we also do things very differently. So I'm showing you what I do. Maybe you learn something, maybe you can teach me something. You see something that I could do better. If you do, drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. But either way, we gotta start at the beginning. I don't mean that beginning, I mean here. I'm at one of my local thrift stores because if you're gonna be a reseller, you gotta find something to resell. I'd rather be at a garage sale, but they're not open today. It's Thursday, so let's see what we can find here. Now typically when I'm at a thrift store looking for items to resell, I want it to meet two criteria. One, it needs to be underpriced so there's room for me to make a profit, but I also want the item to have a good sell-through rate. That means there are a lot more sold in the past 90 days than what are actually for sale on eBay. That typically means it's going to sell pretty quick. This may be exactly what we're looking for. All right, so this definitely fits the bill. This is a Jigglin' George leg exerciser. Paid $10 for it. It sells on eBay for about 50 or 60, and it's got a good sell-through rate. There's 17 for sale right now. 22 have sold in the past 90 days, so that's a pretty good sell-through rate. Should sell pretty quick, and we got a decent profit. Back home, back in the office, and Jigglin' George is actually going right here on this shelf. These two shelves are my intake area. These are where I bring the items in from thrift stores and garage sales, and they're basically waiting to be cleaned, tested, and listed. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to clean up this Jigglin' George, make sure it works. I did kind of test it in the thrift store. We'll give it a good thorough testing, and then we'll take some photographs. All right, so George is definitely doing what he needs to do. If you don't know what this is, it's called a leg exerciser. Some people call them a chi machine. You basically put your legs in these troughs here. They kind of jiggle you around. Not real sure why. I'll throw a little clip up here. But I'm going to wipe it down with a magic eraser, get it nice and clean, and then we'll take some photographs. All right, so Jigglin' George has been wiped down with a magic eraser. He's nice and clean. Got the cords wrapped up nice and neat with rubber bands there to hold it so it doesn't go anywhere. And he's in my photo station. Now my photo station is really simple, to be honest with you. It's an old dresser that we had laying around. 2 LED panel lights. These are available on Amazon. I've got them linked down below. They come with these bases where you can set them on top of a table, or they actually come with a clamp that connects here so you could clamp them on the table if you wanted to. I also use this piece of wood as a backdrop that I got from Lowe's. I was using real photo paper. It would get so dirty and it's really hard to clean photo paper. With this, I just hit it with some Windex, wipe it down, and typically good to go, and I think it makes a pretty cool backdrop. But I'm going to take some pictures of Jigglin' George, going to move it all around, get all the different sides, all the different angles, flip it over, take pictures of the bottom, let people really know what they're getting, use all the photos that you can on eBay, then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so George has been photographed, and also when I'm taking photographs, I use a 1:1 aspect ratio. That's a square photo. I'm not sure that it matters as much anymore on eBay, but that's what I use. That's what I'm used to, so I'm kind of sticking with it. But now George goes over here on this shelf, and now he's getting listed over here. Just real quick before George gets listed, if I have clothing that I'm taking pictures of, I'll actually just bring them here to my kitchen table, lay them out. I actually changed the light bulbs in this chandelier a while back to make them super bright. So really makes a pretty nice photo. So by the time I came from over there to over here, because I use an Android phone, all the photos have already been uploaded to Google Photos. That's automatic for me. And once I come here, I can actually go to their website, Google Photos. That's what you see pulled up now. Select them and just download them straight to my computer. While that's doing that, I come over here and you can see I've already searched the model number. There's 16 for sale. I'm going to go to solds. And you can see $49.99 plus shipping, $49.95, $100 free shipping, $65 plus shipping. That's the same one we've got. That's the highest price one that sold. So I'm going to do sell one like this. And basically all of my item specifics and everything are filled out for me. Now, I'm definitely going to double check everything, make sure the shipping is how I want it, make sure the conditions how I want it, put in a description. Once all the photos are uploaded, I can just click listed and we're good to go. So George is listed. Hopefully he'll sell soon, but honestly, I don't want him to sit there until he does, because if I list all of this stuff, it's not going to fit over here. So let me show you where I take all of my listed inventory. Welcome to the storage unit. I know, not as cool as Sean Connery, but this is it. This is where George is going to go. Let me tell you all about it. All right, so not the most organized thing in the world, I know, but at least I know basically where everything is, and it works for me. So here's a quick tour. Shoes over here, one of those cheap Amazon racks. You guys have seen them everywhere, and you can see I'm kind of running out of room. Got them stacked on top of each other here. Got a rack over here for hanging clothes, basically heavy jackets, heavy hoodies, that kind of thing that needs to be hung up. Takes up too much room in bins. More shoes over here. Like I said, I'm out of room. These racks actually just kind of hold miscellaneous, but they are labeled. Like the B2 here. If I sell this juicer, it's got a custom SKU on the listing. I know that it's on B2. I can walk to B2, grab the juicer, grab it, and ship it. Same thing over here in these orange bins. These orange bins are clothing items. Each one has a custom SKU on the listing. So if I need an audio slave shirt, I know that it's J53. I'll come to the J bin. There it is sitting right on top. It's actually J54, but there it is. And kind of repetitive, but same thing with the blue bins. These are actually hard good items, small items that fit in these bins. There's a Microsoft Access 2010. If I pull up the listing, I'll see that it's got a custom SKU on it that says bin 8. I'll just come to bin 8 and grab it. And once again, same thing with these bins. These bins are actually full of hats. I have a ton of hats listed. Made this rack a while back just out of some 2x4s. Made them to fit these underbed boxes, which are really handy for hats, by the way. They're like the perfect size. There's 2 rows of hats in here. There's probably, I'm guessing, 30 or 40 hats in each one. But I sell this Charlotte Hornet hat. It's got a custom SKU on it that tells me it's in bin B. I just pull bin B out, pull that hat out. It's ready to ship. In the middle, just a cheap plastic table. This is where I do all my shipping. Got all my shipping supplies here. Box cutters, box resizer, tape, scale, tape measure, all the goodies that you need to ship stuff right here in the middle. Over here, a golf club rack that I actually made. As you can tell, I'm kind of cheap. I like to make my own thing, but 2x4s and some conduit just to hold the golf clubs vertical. Got woods over here, irons in the middle, short clubs like putters and wedges on the end. Kind of helps me keep organized. I know it's kind of from height, shortest to tallest. Helps me pull things when I get an order. Over here you can see my random pile of boxes, and they're definitely not organized. That's kind of hard for me to do because there's so many different sizes, but at least they were free. I actually made a post on our neighborhood Facebook page probably 8 or 9 months ago telling people what I did, that I was an online reseller, that I could use boxes if they were getting rid of any. Well, almost every day since then I have free boxes just sitting on my porch. It's a really good way to get some free boxes if you need them, for sure. So this is probably my favorite part of this storage unit. This is what allows me to print labels from here, to do all my shipping from here. And you can tell that I've only got one light bulb. There's no plugs, there's no electricity. That's where this guy comes in handy. This is the Jackery Explorer 300. It's basically a portable generator or power bank, whatever you want to call it. It's a big battery in a box. I've got my label printer plugged into it. It can also run my laptop if I need to when that battery dies. The laptop is connected to the hotspot on my phone, so I've got access to the internet. I can print labels, do all my shipping from here, and it allows me to kind of separate work and home. I bring all my inventory here. I can ship from here. As you can tell, I got all my boxes, bubble wrap, print labels, package everything, take it to the post office, which is right down the road. I don't have to come here, pull orders, take it home, package it, and then take it out to the post office again. Kind of saves me a trip, and like I said, it kind of keeps work and home separate. I also got this other battery pack back here. Kind of found this at Goodwill. It actually runs the ring light that I use when I'm talking to you guys on Tuesdays. Hope you guys enjoyed that tour. I actually made room for George here on the shelf B2. Let me show you how I add that custom SKU to this listing real quick. So this is actually really simple. I'm going to go to my active listings page. I'm searching for item title George. When I search that, it's going to show up any results in my listings that have George in the title. And there he is right there, the last one. He's on shelf B2, so I'm going to go to the custom label, click on the little dealie there, type in B2, submit, and that custom label is saved. When it sells, it'll show me that custom label, shows me that it's on shelf B2, and I can grab it and ship it. Now, speaking of custom SKUs, I do typically take one of these orange totes home with me. I pick out the one that's the most empty. That's why you see H is missing. That way, when I'm home and listing on the computer, I can go ahead and put the appropriate SKU in the listing while I've got it there. Like H is home now, so I'll go ahead and put H21, H22, whatever it is, until I fill up that tote. And once it's full, I'll bring it here, pick up the next emptiest tote, and start the whole process over again. And that's kind of behind the scenes Cliff Notes version of how I run my reselling business. You guys saw the whole evolution of Jiggle and George from purchase to being put into inventory. The only thing we missed out on was shipping, but make sure you're watching on Tuesdays. I do my what sold videos then. When he sells, I'll make sure and show you how I package him and get him shipped out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment down below and let me know who your favorite George was in this video. We'll see you next time.